Hello and welcome back to episode 7 of my AllTheMods10 SSP playthrough. In this episode, my goal is to get the basics of ore tripling set up and to start processing our raw materials. To start the episode off though, I do want to make a refined obsidian sword. This diamond sword is about to break. We will save it though for a later episode. I have something planned for it, but we will make a refined obsidian sword. It does have 12 attack damage as compared to the 7 attack damage as a diamond sword does, as also compared to the 8 attack damage a netherite sword does. So again, a very, very great alternative weapon to use, material to use for your stuff. Now, the next thing I do want to make is more Fluix crystals. In the last episode, we had a little bit of some issues. Do I have some charge in here? I do. We had some issues with getting some Fluix. And so I do want to make a seed to go ahead and get the Fluix seed. Now, in order to get the Fluix seed, we are going to need the 1x Fluix blocks. So just went ahead and made a stack of blocks, definitely more than what we actually need. But so we'll go ahead and make 4 of these, keep the rest of the blocks. Go ahead and make these seeds and collect the rewards. So go ahead and make this. Boom, 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 boom. And so the next thing I kind of want to start getting into is better seed production. So as of right now, we just have the crop supports and the red fertilizer. Ooh, we did get osmium seeds. That is a really good find. What do we get from that reward? It will pop up to the top right, just some Imperium Essence. But so, there are a lot of different ways and methods for getting faster growing seeds. The beginning way is how I showed you again with the crop supports and the red fertilizer. And there's a couple of middle endgame ways to accelerate seed production. You can use Mystical Agriculture's way and make the growth accelerators here. Now, I don't really like this way or use this way because even though it does greatly increase the growth speed of the seeds, the farm isn't really tileable as you have to place down all of these blocks underneath. It is a range of 9 blocks for the inferium, so we have to place it 9 blocks underneath the seed block itself. The next one, range of 18 blocks, so you can place 9 of these, 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 etc., etc., etc. Now, that's a lot of blocks underneath, and I like to eventually, because again, we probably need a lot of these seeds to keep up with resource production, but tile it up and down. I typically like to go all the way down to bedrock and as well far up as we need to go for this. So the way that I use and what I'll probably stick with is from Applied Energistics 2. It's the Growth Accelerator and the Crystal Resonance Generator. Now you can use all 3 methods. You can use the crop supports red fertilizer. You can put the growth accelerators from Mystical Agriculture underneath of the seeds, and you can have the growth accelerator and crystal resonance chamber set up all in one farm. Again, though, I don't really like that it's not tileable if you're going through max, and I do find that just the crystal resonance chamber and the growth accelerator, it speeds up the process, the seed production, fast enough, especially if you have a full farm going with the same seed. So after we plant these, my hope is to at least get some of these going. Now, we probably won't be able to place them down for everything here, but I do, again, just want to get a couple made just so that we, like, for example, oh, I don't think I ever explained this, but this creeper's running away from me because of the bauble kitty slippers. These, plus 100 10% safe fall distance, and they will also chase off creepers, which is very useful. But again, in this episode, I am hoping to also get at least some of these made so that we can just get some more seed production for like gold, for example, for the iron, for the redstone, just for the seeds that we need. Also, let me know for future episodes if you'd like for me to start doing time lapses. There have been a couple of times where I've been, just sitting down there killing blazes, or when I explored the Nether and just went through the Bastion to loot the chest for some obsidian, to where I could have maybe done some time lapses. So let me know if that's something that interests you. Just, I guess, showing my work more or less, or making sure that you guys are all caught up with everything that I'm doing, and letting you know exactly, how much time stuff really takes for this mod pack. But yeah, let me know if that's something that interests you, and I can work on making that happen. I also had the forethought to just go ahead and make some obsidian seeds, as I was, talking about getting some obsidian from the Nether. But you've seen me do this plenty of times now, so I will go ahead and plant these, and we'll be back when we have the resources to make the accelerators. Alright, so we got some resources for the accelerator and the resonance generator. So we are going to make 8. We'll make 8 of these and 8 of these for now, if that looks good. I think I have enough for each. We have enough for 9 of those, and not enough iron for 9 of these. But so basically how these work, you don't need power, you don't need a whole lot of anything for these. All you will do is just place this down, and it is directionally based. So like if let's see, what's a good way to demonstrate this? So we'll go ahead and place those down. If I place it this way, you can see the one side with like the square and the different colors is facing this way. That does need to be facing towards the top. But you will put the resonance chamber on top of it, and you'll see these little particle effects coming out of here, which means you know that it is working. And so if we do put these around the seeds here, we should be able to see that, yep, they just grow faster than the other seeds. It does great. Even just one greatly accelerates it. Now, if we put 2 beside them, this one should now, in theory, start growing faster than this one. Even though this one does have the red fertilizer and the crop supports, it looks like this one actually might be just luck, might still be growing faster, which again is why it's important to use all the methods available. And so I will just start putting these around in a checkered pattern. So with how I typically set this up, there is usually, or not usually, you will be able to put 40 seeds total in a single layer here. If we have all of these spread out, again, you'll be able to get 40 seeds in a single tile here. So I'm going to start rearranging the seeds in priority, the seeds that I feel that need to be grown the fastest, and I'll put them in the middle of these 4 here. And the least ones probably just put over there, and we'll be back when I'm done arranging. So went ahead and rearranged the seeds. Like I said, I did have to replace the hoe in the harvester pylon, so hopefully at some point we can get to an ancient city and get just a little bit of AllTheMods10. So I arranged it where the redstone and iron are sat in the middle here, and basically just like all of the other ores are sat around outside of here, and also some of the inferium seeds too, to sit outside of here just so they grow faster. And with this, we should be getting a lot more just overall production, which is going to be great, just less time to wait. So let's start getting some setup done with the ore tripling now. So we are going to need a thermal evaporation plant. And so, I hear a zombie. Look at that, 2 hits and done for. That's what 12 attack damage will get you. But we are going to need this thermal evaporation plant. This is essentially to create the brine that is needed for the chemical infuser. So we'll go ahead and make, we get 8 per. And how many, if I go click the mechanism tab, I forget how much I need exactly. I need 37 plus 5, so that's 42, plus 8, so I need 50 total, and you get 8 per, so what, I need like 6 of these? We'll start off with 5 for now, in case my math is wrong. So we'll go ahead and make all of these. We do need some bronze here. Some copper and tin. I should probably make some bronze seeds as well now that I think about it. But one thing at a time. So we'll get 24. I need 8, 10. And we'll go ahead and cook this up into a bunch of bronze. Now that we got some bronze, we can continue making the rest of the... Did I not get the right bronze? No, I did. Okay. Whew. Scare me a little bit. No, it looks like we are going to need a couple more of these. Perfect. So yeah, we'll go with that much for now. We are going to need 1 of these controllers, and we are going to need 2 of these valves. Here. Boom and boom. And yes, looks like we do need just 1 more of these. And now that we have it, that quest should be completed. We do need the chemical injection chamber first to complete this. So this is what we're going to be using for, again, the ore tripling. And we are going to pump the brine into here. Hydrogen chloride from Mekanism. So we're going to do the hydrogen. This will, again, come from an electrolytic separator. And sorry, not brine, chlorine is what we're going to be using, I believe. Or, no, the electrolytic separator from the brine. Yes, no, I was right. We can also use brine to create liquid lithium. I think that's what I was thinking of. But so that is for later. But we are, before we get this, we do have all the ingredients needed for that. We are going to need to make, well, this first. Purification chamber is needed, and an enrichment chamber is needed. And it looks like we are going to need some more iron. Oh my goodness, I cannot wait for this to be set up. And with just a smidgen of iron, we can go ahead and get another enrichment chamber, which we can make another purification chamber with, and then the chemical injection chamber. So we'll go ahead and have that. We can go ahead and collect both of these rewards. Now, this thermal evaporation plant does require heat to operate. There are a couple of different ways that you can get heat. It does show you here, quote-unquote, valid heaters, the resistive heater and the fuel wood heater. I personally don't like using either of those methods, though. I like to use the advanced solar generators because even though this does require to be run during the day, and will only run during the day, you could technically supplement it with this. You could set up a daylight sensor to get these running during the night so you can have constant power. But both of these do require burning items, so buckets of lava or just fuel. Or this does use the resistive heater uses power to produce heat. So I don't particularly want to do either of those. I would like to get just like 1 or 2 solar generators set up so we can get some solar panels. And oh my goodness, are we really out of redstone? Good thing we got that advanced seed production set up here. We should have, yes, a decent amount of redstone. Look at that. Just in the time that we got that set up to now, we've already gotten a ton of redstone. So go ahead and process that. Stack and a half. That is perfect. And some more glass panes too. It would be nice. So we'll just get 6 of those, or we are going to need 12 per. Let's see, can we make 6, 12? We are going to need some more osmium. So I'll go ahead and get another stack of that. So just enough for another 12 solar panels, just as long as we have some more glass panes. 7, 8, 9, perfect. So then we can go ahead and get some more energy tablets. I think we're going to need, how much are we going to need? 1 per, so we're going to need 8 of these. 7, 8. Awesome. And we do need a little bit more osmium. I think I had some more, yep, cooking over here. That's a full stack's worth there. Hopefully we have enough with this go around. So I'll make 1, 2, and a 3, and a 4, and we do have enough for 1 right now. So if we do run out of resources, I'm more than happy to just use 1, but it looks like we do have enough. And then we can make these 2 advanced solar generators and go ahead and collect these rewards. And so I'm just going to go ahead and find a spot. Honestly, right here I think is good. Looks like we're out of range. Perfect. Go ahead and put these away, but we'll go ahead and just place this here for now. Probably, again, move it in the future. So it is a 4x4 structure, and we will go ahead and place the controller in the front here. We'll place a valve on this side, a valve on this side, and we'll just build it up to the, not the max, but as much as we can for right now. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I'm actually going to make just 1 more set of this. Let's see. Get in range. So make 1 more of these. Or technically 8 more. So I'm going to build it just 1 higher, but we're going to leave the corners out. So as you can see by the red particles, it is a valid block structure. You can also click into the controller to see that. And we are just going to put these advanced solar generators here. We are going to need a sink. I might not have what I need for a sink. No, we need a water bucket, and I do need some more clay. So going ahead and making the sink here. And we are going to use some Mekanism pipes for this, but I do want the elite mechanical pipes. We are going to need another electrolytic separator, and I will also get that shortly. But we'll go ahead and place the sink here. And we do need the Mekanism wrench, though. I think that's in here. Should find, go ahead and get some more range extenders. And again, I don't know why this is doing this. Usually when you right click, we'll just go ahead and have it set to items, but usually it will automatically change. It will be smart about it and change to the type of pipe that you're using. Again, I don't know why. Maybe I accidentally turned a config off. But since it is day now, this should be heating up, and now that it has water, we are getting a ton of brine. So again, we will be putting this in electrolytic separator to get some sodium and some chlorine. Really, we only need the chlorine though. We don't really need the sodium. Really, we might need it for a fission reactor, but I don't typically go for these. Again, we might see for this playthrough about exploring with fission reactors, but yeah, no, I don't know. I usually just make the steam with Mekanism from this, and so all of this, the steam needs is water. One electrolytic separator later, and one flux point later, because this did charge in my inventory. So we will go ahead and place this down. Good thing we have the wireless power. Select this network, get this powered, and we will probably, so the output 1 is going to be to the left here. We're going to make another trash can. So I don't think I talked about this earlier. I think I got this item trash can as a quest reward, but these can be used to automate just completely deleting items. But you can also right click it and shift left click any item into it. You can also filter the trash can, so you can whitelist basically anything that you want to. Again, for if you're doing automation and you want certain things to be deleted but other things not to be, you can definitely have a trash can set up in your line and have those items deleted. But what we are going to make is a fluid trash can. And this does, well, the exact same thing as an item trash can, just for fluids. And I'm pretty sure it's a fluid trash can. We'll go ahead and set this, again, to automatically eject, and we will see, yes, looks like sodium does work with the liquid trash can. And we do have the chlorine, again, of which we need for the chemical infuser to make the hydrogen and chlorine to then power the chemical injection chamber with. Now, for transportation, we could do a couple of things. We do have an ender tank, which I haven't decided yet. I might do the ender tank way, because we can basically, well, transport fluids infinite distance. Works just like an ender chest, just with fluids. But it only holds up to 16 buckets. What I might end up doing, and again, I will probably decide off camera here in a bit, is go ahead and just do the quantum entangloper. It is going to require some of the ultimate control circuits and atomic alloys, as well as a teleportation core, all of which we can absolutely get right now. I just don't know if it's worth it. I think it is, because with the ore tripling, especially when we get to ore quadrupling, we're probably going to need a lot. And this thing can hold like 8 million buckets, I think it is. It can hold a lot of buckets. And so there's going to be a lot of basically space to be able to fill, so we have a little bit of a backstock of the brine. So I did go ahead and decide that I do want to just go ahead and make the quantum entangloper, at the very least, just to show kind of how it's made, like, and what it does. But so we got some items here. We'll go ahead and start crafting up some of the things that we need. We are going to need refined obsidian, as well as some, again, atomic alloys and some ultimate control circuits. I don't know if I got everything. I should actually have, for the control circuits, we're gonna need 6 of these, maybe? Oh no, we did not need 6 of those. We just need the, we need 2 of these. We need 6 of those, of the atomic alloys. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yes, got my items mixed around. But now that we have the elite control circuits, we just need to make, again, 6 atomic alloys, and then some refined obsidian ingots. So some obsidian dust later, we will go ahead and, again, make some of this refined obsidian. So in order to make the atomic alloys, it's very similar to how you make some of the other alloys, but instead of needing enriched diamond, we are going to need enriched obsidian. So we can use the refined obsidian dust in an enrichment chamber to make that enriched obsidian. And so we can go ahead. I'm just going to make 4 for now. Shouldn't need too many. I do have 8 reinforced alloys, and so with that should be plenty to make, well, the 6 atomic alloys that are needed. So we're going to wait for this this diamond to run out, and this refined obsidian dust to turn into refined obsidian, and we'll start making the atomic alloys. And now that that's finished up, we'll go ahead and put some refined obsidian into the osmium compressor. Then we'll put the alloys in with the enriched obsidian. And how much per? It is 40 per, and we have 160. So we can get 4 done. Yes, so we're going to need just 1 more. And that should be good enough for now. And now that that's done, we can go ahead and make a couple of the ultimate control circuits. We are going to need 1 teleportation core. We're actually going to need 2, so we do need more atomic alloys, which is just going to be some more reinforced. Yes, we do need double everything, because we need 4 of everything. Haha! Alright, so we'll get that started here. But for the time being, we can go ahead and make our first quantum entangloper. No, we cannot. So we are going to need a little bit more here. Now we can make our first quantum entangloper here, and that's going to get us an achievement. Again, we are going to need 2 more of these, along with 2 more of these, so we are going to need a little bit more of everything here, which is a-okay. But so let me go ahead and I can make the second quantum entangloper off camera. But so for the first one, let's go ahead, make sure that the chemicals auto-eject to the right, and we can go ahead and set this to brine. And kill the skeleton. Boom. Oh my goodness, 1 hit. Look at that. And so for the side config, I am just going to turn items off. I'm going to leave fluids on, because even though this is like technically a chemical, I'm pretty sure no, it does count as a chemical. So I don't know why the fluid trash can works there then, but oh well. So we will turn the chemicals on, the fluid off, because I really don't want anything else trying to come in here. You can see from Wela, it is filling up with chlorine, and so we will then transport this back with a second quantum entangloper back to the mechanism setup. With a second quantum entangloper made, we have went ahead and set this to the same frequency. One thing I didn't mention with the quantum entangloper is you can set it to private or trusted mode. So in this mod, again, you can have teams. You can set up, my team. You can set up teams with your friends. So this is more important on like a multiplayer server than like a single player world. So I'm just going to have mine on open. But you can switch it to private mode, which basically just means only you can access it, or trusted mode, which means basically anyone in your team, you or anyone in your team can access it. If it's public, literally anyone on your server is going to be able to access it, so I would be careful. I'd probably switch to private mode, but since I'm going to be the only one on this server, we will leave it as public. So now with this, we can set down the chemical infuser. And so what this is going to do is we are going to set the first input from the top, and we are going to set, again, just clear everything, output on the bottom, clear everything else. So this should be filling up with the chlorine, I believe. If not, we will find out. But we also, to make the hydrogen chloride, we are going to need also the hydrogen. This might need to be inputs too. The front should be the input 1, and the right should be the output. We are going to set up a couple of basic chemical tanks as well. So the output for here should be the hydrogen. So we'll set output 1 for the chemicals to the back, and auto eject is on. Oh, that might be the problem. Yeah, auto eject on. Perfect. So now hydrogen is flown up in here. We will be dumping excess. We'll leave it as idle for now. I did go ahead and make some advanced pressurized tubes from Mekanism. So again, basically with this, the exact same thing for the mechanical pipes and for the universal cables. This is just for gases. And we are going to have to set up this side config. So input is there, output is here. We can turn auto eject on or off, but we have that set up. So this should now be making hydrogen chloride. Get this output set up, auto eject on, and we can put the chemical injection chamber in here. Now we can see this has filled up with hydrogen chloride. And we are also going to put, since this purification chamber does require oxygen, we're just going to place a basic chemical tank in here too, and put the output on the right and auto eject on. So now this should be also filled up with oxygen. We are probably going to make the tanks hold more hydrogen and oxygen. Why is that water going down? Oh, because I moved this and I did not set that. So now the water's good. And for this, we are going to set the item input. The output is still to the right. We can leave this as energy, but we are going to grab another chest, another gold chest, and set this on top of here. So now we should now all have this semi-automated. If we put, ooh, wait, that's a good question. We might need to put this one up a little bit further because I don't think, yeah, I can't auto eject. So if we take just one of these pipes and get that set here. And this is why we clear everything else from there, is just so we don't have any conflicts with that. We'll go ahead and drag that out and put the iron in here. We should now have a basically completely semi-automated ore tripling factory, which is sweet. So we did get to it this episode. It isn't ideal. My biggest worry is that we will run out of power. So I will keep an eye on it. It looks like, yeah, we already are going down in power here. Typically for these, though, if we are producing enough, it will drain one but keep the others. So I'll keep an eye out on the power. My biggest worry, though, with this setup currently is that we just don't have the proper amount of power to keep it running constantly. Like maybe for short bursts. And get this auto eject set on. This should be on too. Yes, I think everything else is on. The next step, though, is probably, again, obviously better and more power, but I do want to get all these machines upgraded just so we can process more ores more efficiently. But so that is about everything that we had time to go over for this episode. Hope you guys enjoyed, and I'll see you all in the next one.